Good afternoon. Welcome back to Like Magic. I'm your host, Taria Davis, and today is going to be slightly different. I don't have too many notes on what I want to talk about today, but I know the gist. I know the topic of what I want to talk about. So I'm going to try to do everything from memory, from knowledge or whatever, and hopefully it goes okay. It's like every time I know I'm going to have to do some editing, but yeah. But today I wanted to talk about how spirituality began my career and how spirituality ties into what I do for a living, quote unquote, or living currently, or what my goals are for the future, and how that ties into business and career. Let's see. I would say spirituality, like I already talked about what spirituality means to me, and we talked about what spirituality means to other people and all the other good stuff. But like after having my spiritual awakening, I started realizing what my true passions in life were. Even before my spiritual awakening, like the video game passion, like I knew that there was something I like to do, but I didn't technically know why. I'm like, oh, this is just something I like to do, like a hobby or something. But once I started going through my spiritual awakening, I started noticing like what were hobbies and what were passions and stuff like that. So like that's the first step into using spirituality to advance your career. You go through your spiritual awakening and you figure out, like, first, like, not even career wise, you figure out what's for you, what's not for you, what you like, what you don't like, and who you truly are as a person. Like removing all labels that you've gotten over your entire life. Like, oh, I'm this and I'm that, and I was raised to be this and I was raised to be that. No, like after getting rid of all that stuff, who are you? Who are you to yourself? Like regardless of what other people think, who are you truly? So once you figure that out, and you start to figure out your true passions, then you can start chasing those passions. But like I said, part of spirituality, I think, yeah, this was in one of the early episodes. I said, or I posted about it, I said that the path is not a straight line. Like you come back to certain stuff. Like you got to keep going through certain cycles. But once you find out what those passions is and you go and you decide to follow them, you also have to come to terms with, okay, my passions might not line up with what society wants me to do or what my parents want me to do. And you got to break away from that way of thinking. And that's what I mean about those cycles, because you started this spiritual awakening and you started your spiritual path and you realize, okay, I'm not this person that everybody else want me to be. And then you get that confidence, like, yeah, I'm finna be who I want to be. And I just seen 308 on the timer, break it down to 11. You realize, like, yeah, I'm really who I am now. And then like once you learn that, you get all that confidence, it feels great. And this is what the dark night of the soul is. It's like you get tested on that. So now you want to follow these passions, you want to follow these dreams and stuff, all this stuff that you want to do that don't seem normal to other people. That's when the doubt starts creeping in. Like you start thinking about all the other stuff that people didn't told you in the past. Should I do this? Will this make me money? Like this, that, and the other. That is when that's when your faith in spirituality really kicks in, because you have to really sit with yourself and come to terms with, okay, this is the lifestyle I'm living. If this is what I've decided to do, then I need to have faith that what I'm doing is going to bring results that I'm looking for, right? I feel like that's like the hardest part of it, because you lie to yourself for so long. Like I'm not saying I've been in jobs for so long where I lied to myself for so long, but it's been situations where I lied to myself for so long, doing stuff that I didn't want to do because other people wanted me to do it, or because other people said it was something I was supposed to be doing. And even when I got older, like working jobs and stuff, and not like I didn't give a fuck about what other people was saying about me, or what job I was working. But it's like, okay, I'm working this job, I'm making a decent amount of money, but I wasn't following my passions and stuff. That's once again, like cycles and stuff. Like I thought I had overcame all that stuff. It was something in the past, but no, it's the same situation, just tweaking it a little bit. I don't care about what people think no more, but now, like, am I truly following my passions, or am I just doing shit? So that's the hard part that's the really hard part about it. And I tend to call that like 3D thinking, when you basically following the money or following society or following everybody else wants you to think. But 5D thinking is when you following what you want to do, literally following your heart. I don't care how cliche that sounds, like it's the truth or whatever. But I said all that to say, like, how it began my career. I can start by saying, like, when I first decided I wanted to be a YouTuber, like, this, like, I just bear with me. Just bear with me. Was it 2015? I was 17, I believe. 16, 17. But it was like, I knew video games was something I wanted to do. I didn't know it was a passion back then, but it was a passion. And I was following it because it was something that made me happy. And at the time, I didn't know what was going to come from it. I wanted success from it. And I didn't have everything I needed to get everything done. And that was really disheartening, but I kept going. But I didn't have the right intentions behind it. That's a whole nother story. But the fact that I kept going and kept going, even though I didn't know what the end goal was going to be. And I eventually, like, I had to stop because there was a lot of other stuff going on in my life. But that passion that made me decide to start the YouTube channel, Shiari Tech, that made me decide to apply to be a partner with YouTube and Google and Freedom, like all of that shit started is from a passion. All of that started from a passion. And I'm doing podcasts. I started a TV channel and YouTube channels. And all of this started from that passion that I had to do gaming videos on YouTube when I was 17. So do you see what I mean? Like trying to bring that full circle. But, that was just like the first stage of it. When I had to stop doing the YouTube stuff because of school, I was in an internship. All the seniors that year had to take an internship in order to graduate. And I wanted to do an internship for Google or Apple or something like that because I was really into computers. I mean, I still am. It's just my patience is bad. I ain't got time. But computers are so fucking frustrating shit. But I couldn't get, like, my teachers and stuff couldn't get me in one of those companies for my internship. But they ended up getting me into this place called Rootport, which was an IT company. I ended up working with one of the bosses there, and she taught me a lot of stuff hands-on. Because I'm not gonna say because, like, every time I went, she would either set me up to do something for the day, or I'd spend the entire day with her, and we'd go out to different clients, learning stuff about the clients, troubleshooting stuff, and they big ass server rooms. That's when I got to see a real server room for the first time. That shit was so raw. I'm sorry, I just got excited, but that shit was so fucking raw to see, like, in real life. Anyway, but I told my teachers and stuff after I got rejected from Apple and Google and Microsoft and stuff, I was telling them, like, I want to do something with computers. I want to be involved with computers. I want to be involved in IT. I want to be involved in software development. I want to be involved in stuff like that. And he, Mr. Medina, I think that was his name. Was it Mr. Medina? I think it was. He did some work. Yeah, it was Mr. Medina. He talked to Mr. Estrada, which was our high school IT tech. And they pulled some strings and they ended up getting me a report. That shit was raw as hell. But like I said, following your passions. And I learned a lot of shit there. And, Tia, my mentor, actually offered me a job to work with her after I graduated out of college. I haven't got a degree yet, but we'll see. But at the end of my internship, she gave me a few computers to work on. After she taught me how to do so much stuff with computers, she actually taught me how to use Microsoft Excel. Like that was raw as hell. Like because coming out of high school, I only knew how to use the basics of Microsoft. I didn't really know how to use that, so that was exciting for me. She taught me how to make a Cat5 cable, which is one of those Ethernet cords that you plug into your laptop and you plug into your router. She taught me how to make one of those, how to fix those. That shit was raw. Like, yeah. Where did, I mean, I guess you can bring UIC into the picture, but I didn't really stay. I didn't really go to class. I didn't really do anything computer related. I just went to UIC for computer science because I wanted to learn computer science, but I never really got to where I wanted to because of lack of support. It was just 10:10 on the timer and 1:21 on the clock. But anyway, after UIC, they basically kicked me out and told me I couldn't go back to UIC until I went to community college for 2 semesters and had at least a 3.0 GPA. That wasn't gonna be hard for me. Like, I'm not fucking stupid. It was just my life circumstances. Would I have enough time to be able to like complete this shit? And at the time I didn't. So it was like, I think I waited almost a year. And then I went to Malcolm X College. And I ended up taking like normal courses just so I could pass. But my main course was psychology. I was taking a lot of psychology. Well, I took a psychology class because I had started my spiritual awakening already. And I was learning more about people and the way they thought and energy and stuff. And it just made me want to learn more about the science of the way people thought. So they made me take a psychology class. Bam, leading up to now I'm finna go back to school and try to get my PhD in psychology so I can become an actual licensed and certified spiritual counselor. But we're gonna get on that later. What else happened? After that, oh yeah, then piggybacking on the YouTube and the being on social media and stuff. I was a YouTuber and then I started back streaming and stuff. And when I started back streaming, I had to create the new channel. Like, that's beside the point. But I don't know. I don't know. Normally stuff like that'll make somebody want to quit. It was just 11:55 on the timer, but it just made me want to go harder. So that's when I wanted to learn more about how to make my videos better, how to get high quality videos, how to get high quality streams and stuff. So I went back to school, and this time it was film school, and I started learning more about like how to edit videos, how to edit pictures, how to edit audio, how to do this, how to do that. Oh, and I need to go back because at UIC I learned how to I've been into photography. I don't know why that was a thing. Like even when I was in Girl Scouts back when I was younger. But Forrest, this dude, literally my best friend in college, he was a photographer. He had a nice camera and he was showing me how to take different pictures. And I'm like, okay, that's nice. I had already had a background in pictures. I just was never able to take no really, really nice pictures because I didn't have the equipment. So that made me want to go out and buy a camera. I bought a decent enough camera where I could take some decent pictures. And that's when I started taking nice pictures. I'm like, okay, I could really do this shit. He also taught me how to use Lightroom and Photoshop. Bam. Also learned how to use Photoshop when I first started doing YouTube when I was 17. So like I said, all of this, the hobbies and the passions and all, like everything is just building up over time. If something don't look realistic to you at the time, that's why I say don't give a fuck about what people got to say. Like, who the fuck cares? Because motherfuckers been talking shit about everything I've been doing for the fucking longest. I don't care because I'm making progress. I see the fucking progress I'm making. It's taking time, but I'm fucking making progress. Fuck you mean. Anyway. Film school. I learned about that. I never got to finish though. I ended up going back and still didn't finish. My teachers basically said I have to find all my old assignments on my hard drive. Thank God I still got my hard drive. Basically turning my assignments, they had passed me and I just had to go back and like get the rest of my credits or whatever. But because they knew the situation, my first situation was surgery, and then Tommy says acting stupid and not having a place to stay and Wi-Fi and all of this stuff. And then the second time was these motherfucking crazy ass people in this goddamn apartment wouldn't let me do shit in peace. But yeah, after that, that's when I started like, okay, I'm already on my spiritual awakening and all this other stuff already happening. My knee got fucked up, so now I can't work like I want to. I tried to get a job at Photogenic. I was working at I worked for a day at the Willis Tower, the Sears Tower is. We ain't nobody even call that shit the Willis Tower. I worked at the Sears Tower. It was basically photographer for the sky deck and stuff. So my job was to either take the pictures, show people where they were supposed to go, or edit the pictures, or work the cash register. Like, it was a lot of. Anyway, I was only able to work for a day because of my knee. I woke up the next day, I wasn't able to walk because I was standing up for like 7 hours, and my leg wasn't healed enough for me to do it. I ended up having to do a lot of work from home stuff, so that just made me be more creative. I started, like, I'm still studying now because I wasn't able to finish, but I got a job at Teleperformance, which was work from home customer service. And since I was staying in the building that already gave us free Wi-Fi, I just needed to hook up my Wi-Fi extender, plug in the Ethernet cord, the Cat 5 cable I was talking about, into that, plug it into my computer, bam. But Teleperformance sent me everything I needed to work for them. I just needed Wi-Fi, and I had Wi-Fi electricity through my rent. And once I started at that, and also Teleperformance had daily pay, which was like you work your day, the next day at around noon, you have your paycheck. Well, I think like 60% of your paycheck available to cash out instantly. That shit was raw. But I had that, and then I started my travel agency up, and my clothing business. Now, my clothing business, I started my clothing business up. Like, I don't give a fuck. Motherfuckers gonna talk shit to the day that I don't give a fuck. My clothing business was made because, once again, this was more through like, okay, having a spiritual awakening and being more aware of my surroundings and what's going on in my community. Now, like I was just talking shit on my live earlier, I see like a lot of people around me, they get money and spend all their money on clothes and shit, and they would literally go bankrupt trying to look nice. And I get it. Like, I like looking good too. Like, I like looking nice too, but you don't have to waste all your money to do it. So I started up this specific business. Thank you, Flex. It was supposed to be specifically for this area, but people from other countries and other states, like, okay, y'all want to order some shit too? Why not? But, it was made so black people could look nice and not spend all their fucking money and not look like, cause motherfuckers, like, for ages, for generations, they've been getting bootleg shit. Like, okay, you could do that too, but, or you could get an exact replica of everything for like 10% of how much it normally costs and still look nice. But motherfuckers, like, my thing, like, I'm trying not to go too much on a rant with this, but motherfuckers in the black community don't look at it like that. My thing is, you got, like, the way they gentrifying our fucking city now. Bro, okay, you want to look nice, save your money, buy this shit, look nice, show these white motherfuckers how the fuck to wear this shit for real. I'm not being racist, I'm just saying because of the city. Like, I'm in Chicago. Anyway, show these motherfuckers how the fuck you actually dress in this shit. Dress better than them, show them that you could do it better than them, then stop focusing all your time and your energy on trying to look better than motherfuckers around you, motherfuckers that you supposed to be building up. And then maybe just maybe y'all have time to invest in shit that actually like get you to somewhere else. Like, oh, everybody look nice now, so it's not a competition for who look nice. Everybody fucking look nice, so let's worry about something else. Let's worry about getting money. Why everything gotta be a fucking competition? But my clothing business was based off of that idea, that thought, and that's how spirituality connect with that part of my life. Now, the travel agency, I'm not gonna get too much into the travel agency because that was an idea that was given, like, I thought, like, it was my idea, but it was for my twin flame. So that's basically his business. I don't know, like, the idea just came to me and it was like, this basically is for him. I literally just, okay, let me see, but bam, I can do this could be done, bam, whatever. Flex's photography. Like, I did a few photography gigs that because I used to like taking pictures when I was younger. I got the Girl Scout badge in photography. Learning how to take real photos and edit photos from my friend in college. And then going to film school and learning more. Like, when I went to film school, like, one of the first assignments was about camera composition. And now I know a lot about taking pictures, how you take a picture, how much space to leave on each side, like, how close to be for, like, if you're trying to get this point across for the picture, how close you need to be for the picture, or what kind of angle you need to take for the picture. I learned all that through film school. This is what I mean about following your passions and basically letting them eventually pay you in the long run. I think that's it. I know I'm forgetting something else. Oh yeah. Healing Humanity, that page, basically my tarot readings and any other services I'm going to provide. I literally made that after going through so many spiritual attacks with my roommates and learning that I was able to do certain I mean, I been knew I could read tarot and stuff, but this was at the point of me trying to help other people, because I'm like, if I'm going through this, I know it's other people going through this, because I just, it's me. Like, I thought, I mean, I know my life wasn't normal, but it seemed like it was so normal. So I know, I'm like, I know it's more people out here that's going through shit like this. So let me do the best I can do to help. And a lot of the stuff I've been learning from Empress Lillian, like, shout outs to her, real talk, because she did help me come a long way throughout my journey in just a few months. She helped me realize a lot of stuff about myself that I didn't know, and I really appreciate her for that. But I don't know, I just got my brain just cut off a little bit. Oh yeah, because that made me think about the runes. I ordered some runes, and I got a plan to do. So I got a few rune sets, and I got a plan for that in the future. I started up my website and my business page so people could book readings, and people could book dream interpretations and different stuff like that. I got on Facebook, and this is again me piggybacking on not giving a fuck what people say. I got on Facebook and I talk about all my spiritual shit as much as I want to. I share all this shit as much as I want to, and I don't give a fuck who like it and who don't, because it's benefiting me in the long run. Over time, like, when I really start building traction, all of this stuff is going to be able to be looked at like, okay, this is a situation, this was going on, and this was going on, and this happened, this is how this person handled this situation, and this, that, and the other. So all of everything that I do is for a purpose, and that's why I try to lead other people to think that same way. You just stop just randomly doing stuff. That's why spiritual awakening is so important. It's not just about crystals and reading cards. Like, spiritual awakening is supposed to seep into all areas of your life if you do it the right way. All areas. And that's part of what I be trying to teach. And some people listen, some people don't listen. Kudos to the ones that do listen, because you are on a path to change your life, literally. But I think I'm gonna leave it there. It's not too much more I want to talk about with spirituality and career. Basically, more of finding out who you are, finding out what you love, finding out what your true passions is, and following that shit, chasing that shit like it's a life or death situation. It was just 22:44 on the on the timer with the confirmations out of this world. But stop letting other people tell you can't do something. What I'm doing, I don't think nobody else doing this shit. I don't care. It sound right to me. It sound right in my head. I'm gonna do it. And just one last thing, because I was finna end it, but one last thing to really, I want y'all to really put this into perspective. You don't have to believe me or not, but I'm gonna eventually get in contact with this girl again. And I'm gonna bring her up on my podcast or my live so we could talk about it. She was my best friend back in elementary school. Me and her used to come up with these different inventions. But we was young, we was in school, we didn't know what to do with them. One of them was the Xbox Ultimate, which ended up being the Xbox Series X. Funny as hell, right? One of them was spray on lotion, which ended up actually being a thing. Funny as hell, right? One of them was a TV remote with a screen on it, actually turned out being a thing. Funny as hell, right? It was it was another one. Oh fuck, what the fuck was it? I think it had something to do with a pillowcase. I don't know. But we had literally a book full of inventions. Shit, like, literally just following using our imagination, following our dreams, like being childlike. This is why it's important to, heal your inner child, because your imagination is really fucking important when it comes to life on some real shit. But if we had parents that would actually listen to us and would have actually really invested into us, we could have been me and her would have been fucking millionaires by now. On some real shit. And ideas we came up with as kids. This is why I preach what I preach. This is why I say what I say. Everything do not have to be this way all the time. Parents don't have to act the way they act. People don't have to act the way they act. Just because this is shit we've done hundreds of years, we do not have to keep doing this shit this way. Humans are made to fucking evolve. It's time for us to actually start fucking evolving. Don't you think? But anyway, I'm going to leave that I'm gonna leave it there for this episode. Thank you everybody for listening. I will talk to you guys in the next episode. Bye.